you for joining me. I am super excited that I have received my very own copy of the Stamparatus. And if you don't know what this is, it is like the latest and greatest stamp positioning tool. Stampin'Up is going to have this in their annual catalog that comes out in June, but we were able to reserve them up until the 30th of December. So I hope you were able to log on and reserve one. They will be arriving in March. But I wanted to pop on today, and I just literally 5 minutes ago opened this up. So I'm going to try it out for the first time on camera today. So what the Stamparatus is, it's a stamp positioning tool, and it comes with two of these clear plates, a platform, and a foam insert. For this foam insert is to use with photopolymer stamps. So the idea is you use these clear plates to put your stamps on, and then your paper sits here, and then you position your stamp over top, and you stick them onto the plates, and you layer it down, and you stamp exactly where you need to be without having to worry about getting things lined up. It's perfectly straight all the time. So I know that's not the best description. Let's just get started, and I can show you what I mean. So today I'm going to be using red rubber, so I don't need my foam pads. I'm just going to put that aside. I do need my two clear plates. So they're interchangeable, doesn't matter which one you put on either side. Before I lay those down, I want to flip it over and show you what's on the back. So it comes with these two super strong magnets, and I've been reading some reviews before I received mine, and one of the good tips was to put, when you receive your Stamparatus, is to just see how strong they are, is to lift them up and put a little bit of washi tape and make it like a little holder so that you can actually lift it with it. If I've read some reviews that if they actually touch each other, if they fly towards each other, they will actually break. It's extremely strong, so you want to put your washi tape on and leave them in position when you're not using them. And maybe, I think my plan of attack with this is to just use one for now. So you hear how that just snapped down on the front? Oh my goodness, it's really strong. So I'm just going to leave that right here. For my project today, I'm actually using an oval that I cut out with the oval framelits. So I just want to lay that up in the corner, and I'm going to use the magnet to hold it in place. Whoa. Okay, it's going to take a little bit of getting used to how strong that is. Okay, so I'm just going to slide it down to the edge. I'm using today two Sale A Bration products. I'm going to use the Happy Wishes stamp set. Now this is a brand new stamp set that came out with something brand new that Stampin' Up! Is doing is if you bump up your order to $120, you get, there's two selections in the catalog, and one of them is this Happy Wishes stamp set, which comes with 16 stamps in it. So it's a very versatile stamp set. You can have happy birthday, anniversary, friends, sending my very best wishes. You can make all different combination of phrases and greetings. I just love this stamp set. So I bought mine in red rubber because I knew I was getting my Stampin'Up and I want to be able to use this. Now the Stamparatus, excuse me. The Stamparatus cannot be used with wood stamps, so it's either photopolymer or clear mount. So today I'm going to be using the Happy, this big happy stamp. I'm also going to make the phrase wishing you, I'm going to say wishing you a happy birthday, right? I think I'll use that one a lot. Let's find the wishing you. I'll just get out my stamps here. Wishing you, and then birthday. And I'll just lay my stamp set aside. So what the idea is you put your clear plates in, and they've got these little grooves, and you just fit them straight down. That one's just going to hit my post, but that's okay. And I'll put this one over here. So I'm going to go ahead and lay my stamp on my cardstock in the position that I would like it to stamp. And I'm just going to move it out a little tiny bit. I'll use my little washi tape tail, see if that'll work to pick this. Oh, it just ripped. Okay, maybe I'll have to put a thicker piece of washi tape on here. I'm just going to stick that around and wrap it. Okay, so I'm just going to move it over a little bit because I was kind of close to the edge. This is a very big stamp, and I want to stamp it in the middle of this oval, okay? As you can see, if I wasn't using the Stamparatus, I would be definitely using my Stampin', but the Stamparatus is going to make this so much easier. And I'll show you why. So I'm going to lower down this clear plate, and I'm going to press to pick up my stamp. So now my stamp is stuck to the clear plate. Now what I need to do is bring in my archival black ink, and I'm going to ink up the stamp just like this. And don't worry about getting ink on your acrylic plates, because you can wipe them off with a baby wipe. It just says in Stampin' Up! Advises not to use bleach or alcohol on these clear plates. So now I'm going to gently lower that down and press firmly, and you can lift it up. Whoa, look at that, it's perfect. Now, I was going to mention if it wasn't perfect, I could just re-ink it again if I missed a couple spots or the ink wasn't dark enough, but I really like this, so I'm happy with it. So now what I can do is I can leave that in position, and I can actually take my plate out, or I can leave it there. I don't have to. It can stay like that. The other stamps, the Wishing You Ah, I'm going to lay that on top of the Happy, right where I want it. And I'm going to put the Birthday down here. Now you can see I'm just doing one card today, but if I were to be doing 50 of these, it would be so easy, because I would leave my stamps right on the acrylic block where the plate where they are positioned right now, and I would be able to slide my oval, do my happy birthday, flip this over, as you can tell I'm going to do right now. I'm just so excited, I'm getting ahead of myself. So I've got Bermuda Bay ink here. I'm going to ink up my other greetings here. Okay, and then I'm going to lower those down over my stamp, press firmly, and lift it up. Voila! Oh my gosh, I just love it. I am in love with this, and it is honestly my first time using it. Oh my god. Okay, so I'm going to slide my magnet off, and that's my stamped image. I'm just going to lay this aside for now. Actually, what I'll do is I'll pull these off because I want to show you something. They recommend, not recommend, but you won't be able to. You'll crack them if you try this. You can't, it kind of looks like it would fold up like a book, like kind of like a square, like fold that one in and that one down, but it doesn't, okay? They're not meant to fold that way, and if you do, you'll get this gap, and if you force it, you'll crack your plates, so it's not recommended to do that. So all you have to do is lift up whichever one is on top and just place it in that spot, okay? And then you can tuck this away with your other stamping supplies. And don't forget to put your magnet in position so that it doesn't fly anywhere. Okay, so now I'm ready to put my card together, and I'm so happy I got a chance to play with my Stamparatus. So exciting. Okay, so as you probably know from other videos, I'm not really a big fan of naked white edges, so I've brought in my Calypso Coral sponge, and I guess I should just reach for my ink here. Sorry, I forgot to grab that one. Okay, so I've got Calypso Coral ink. Just gonna pick up my oval. This is my favorite way to sponge. I dip into my ink pad and I just scratch off the surface, the edge, sorry, of my image, my piece of cardstock. And that just really, I find it softens up that white. It really makes the image pop more. So there's my happy birthday. Now, I love this greeting. I think it's beautiful just the way it is, but there are some flowers on here that we can color with. I'm going to color with watercolor pencils today. I'm just going to put this on this is the same size oval, but I'm just going to offset it a little bit just to make that little bit of a black shadow or black edge on it. And I'm just going to pull in some watercolor pencils. So I'll need green and Calypso Coral, and how about some yellow? I think that would be good. And I'm just going to add a little bit of color to these flowers. Like I was saying, you don't have to color this stamp. It looks gorgeous when embossed. It looks gorgeous if you just leave it. I just wanted to pop in and just add a little tiny bit of color using my pencils and just tie in all the colors. So a couple more flowers here. And then my green, Old Olive. Add some of that to the leaves. There we go. And if you want to blend, you can. You can blend with I'm just reaching for my blender pen. Blender pen will just soften it up a bit. Just go into each color and work it off on your scrap paper, just like so. And just makes that more uniform color when you blend it. More yellow over here. Sorry, Daffodil Delight is the proper term. Okay, I think I'm happy with that. Okay, so there's my greeting for the front of my card. Now, I'm going to be using Whisper White, thick Whisper White cardstock as my base. And it's the standard A2 size card, 4.5 by 5, or 4.25 by 5.5. And I've got 3 pieces of the designer series paper from the Sale A Bration catalog. I'm just going to pull it in and show you. This one's called Bubbles and Fizz on page 13 of the Sale A Bration catalog, and it's gorgeous. It has some of my favorite colors in it. I'm going to be using Calypso Coral and Bermuda Bay and the Daffodil Delight designer pieces today. So I've just cut them. I've cut myself a base of Whisper White, 4 inches by 5.25, and I'm just going to lay that aside. And these pieces here measure 3.25 by 4 inches. And I'm going to get my adhesive, excuse my reach here, and I'm going to put that onto my piece of Whisper White. I could stick it right on my card base, but I'm going to show you in a second why I chose to use a piece of Whisper White to stick all this down first. Okay, so because it's all going to be stuck down, I can actually put the adhesive right onto my Whisper White piece and then come in here and stick down my other pieces. So, oh sorry, these pieces here measure 2 inches by 2 inches, these squares. Okay, so I'm not ready to stick that on yet. I want to show you guys something else today. This organza ribbon, I'm bringing some paper towel because I'm going to show you a little technique. This is our Whisper White, I think it's 1/4 inch. Yes, 1/4 inch organza ribbon. It is gorgeous, but what you can do with it is even better. You can actually color it with your blends, and I'm going to color mine today with my, excuse me, I'm just running to grab my Bermuda Bay blends, and I only need, how much do I need? I only need about that much, I guess, to go across the front of the card, and then I'm going to need a little bit of a smaller piece. So I'm going to use my blends, and I'm going to use the thick end. I brought in some paper towel to protect my work surface, and just going to ink up my ribbon. And that is the beauty of these blends. Because they are alcohol-based markers, you can use them to color items such as ribbon, rhinestones, pearls, faceted gems. I've inked up so many things with these plastic sheets, like window sheets, or you can color on anything, plastic, glass. It's just a wonderful thing to have with your craft supplies. These blends, I'm just in love with them. And this dries super quick because it's alcohol based, right? So as quick as I'm able to flip this ribbon over, it's pretty much dry. So just a couple seconds here to get the other side done. Isn't that cool? Now you buy 1 spool of organza ribbon, and if you have the blends, you've got all different colors and combinations of ribbon that you can make. Okay, so get rid of that, and I'm going to pull in that piece that I just did, and I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive on each end. Just going to make sure that's dry, and I'm going to come in from the center. So I'm just going to attach it at the back and come across the front and attach it, okay? So I didn't attach anything in the front because I'm going to come in underneath with this other smaller piece of ribbon and just tie a knot. If you're not familiar with this, it's actually called a faux bow, and it's like my favorite way to make a bow. It's so easy. We all have scrap ribbon, you know, it's so much easier than trying to tie a bow. And here's the beauty of it. So you make a bow and you just trim the ends, and if I decide, oh, I don't like it there, I want to pull it over, watch. You can just pull it. You can just move it to wherever you want. And so it's totally positionable, repositionable. So I'm gonna move that. I think I like it right there. And the last thing I need to do now is grab some dimensionals and stick down my greeting, and we're ready to put it right onto the card base. So pull in my dimensionals. Oh, I've got mini dimensionals here. Okay, here we go. So I'll put a couple of these on the back, maybe 3 or 4. Make sure it's mounted really good over that ribbon. I'm just going to take off my adhesive backing, and I'll pull in my card base and I'll stick this down first, and then I can attach it. There we go. So I'm just going to layer this right onto the top of my card. And I'm ready to attach my greeting to the front right over top of the ribbon. And there is my card. I hope you like my video today, and you will subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you'll come back and visit me real soon. Take care.